What's up, guys? The video this week was going to introduce our officers. We have senior members who are president, treasurer, and so on, but with the snow and with a couple delays, we're going to do it next time. Totally fine. This video is going to be pretty short. It's going to be me going over one requirement and one section of questions people asked after last video. So the requirement we're going to talk about is dues. You have membership dues to us, and we have membership dues to the national chapter, and we're going to keep it really simple. $10. That's it. No fundraiser, no nonsense. If you each give us $10, we have enough to pay our fees and to get certificates, cords, things like that for the end of the year. And let's make it even simpler. Let's make the due date for that the same as it is for the hours. I believe we said May 3rd. I think it's that first Monday in May. It can be due $10, 10 hours, same time. Keep it nice and clear. If you have an issue, if you're in real dire financial straits and you don't have the $10, or if there's some other question, let me know. But again, we'll figure it out. If you give it to me now, that's great. You don't have to wait until then. In fact, it's better if it's spread out instead of having this all dumped at us all at once, which is why we're putting the due date in the future. If you bring it to me, Mr. Lendy, or our treasurer, we'll write you a receipt, rip it off. We keep one carbon copy, you get one, and it's all recorded. So that's that. If you have questions, let me know. Next, the dues. Last time we talked about dues, or not dues, hours. Last time we talked about hours, and people were asking some questions. So normally, this is our big thing, right? NHS has pillars of scholarship. You got to keep your grades up. Leadership. We have people like the officers do certain local leadership things. And the big one is service. That's, in my opinion, the way we make an impact on the world and the thing that's going to take just most of our time. So normally we ask for 20 hours. This year it's 10 because we're starting late and because we have various restrictions due to COVID. You have some places you can't go, or some places that limit the amount of people, or maybe you're at home for a certain time if you're sick or quarantined. Totally understandable. And we're going to try to work with you guys. But 10 hours is the plan. And let's go over some things. Examples. What are some things you can do? Well, some people have individual things. Maybe you go to a local person and babysit, and you're not getting paid for it. This is a volunteer thing, and maybe that's just you, and maybe that would count. Or you're with an organization, not on the school, but maybe it's a church or a charity, and you go help out with a soup kitchen or some kind of regular, maybe it's the animal shelter. We always have some people go to the animal shelter. It's something like that. Or maybe it's something with the school. For example, we're working on right now, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, we're working on a little tutoring. We always have a different tutoring program where people can volunteer. This year, maybe it'll be connected to Gear Up or something we have with the counselors. Maybe it'll be our own setup. I'm asking the counselors about it right now, actually. But we usually have something like that. And this year, maybe you can do it through a video chat and you won't even be in the same room with the person. There's always some kind of tutoring situation. Or maybe you're doing it with another group. I don't want to leave the impression that you can't work with another group. What we said last time is we don't want you to double dip the actual hour requirements. So for example, if you're an Anchor Club or Key Club or some other group that asks for service hour and you do something, turn it into them, we don't want you to turn in the same thing to us. And it's sort of like spending $1 with them and then spending the same dollar somewhere else. We don't want that, but we don't want to leave the impression that you can't participate with other clubs and count it with us. Just ask me, we'll figure it out. Individual adjustments can be made as long as you're meeting these requirements. Like we said last time, is it's not getting paid. I believe there was a poll worker election opportunity where you could choose to get paid to work at the polls, or you could choose to do it as a volunteer. And the people who chose to do it as a volunteer, they could turn that in with us. 2 is not with your family. You can't just say like, oh, I helped my dad clean the garage or something. That's not really what we're looking for. And then 3, you don't double dip and you don't turn in an hour with another club and then turn in the same one with us. It's just like English class. You wouldn't write an essay for one class and then turn in that same essay for another guy. You got to pick one. So those are some examples and some clarification. We're definitely looking for opportunities that don't require in-person contact, because even if we can do that, it won't be for everybody. We got to keep the groups limited. So we're looking for, and I'll introduce it soon, a little bit of a food drive donation thing where we might have people help us get the stuff together, drive it down to the place. We might have some people help us organize it in the room, and we might have people just drop things off. And so we'll have a little bit of a conversion of things that are not literally hours into hours. Like we might say, oh, if you drop off a certain amount of cans, that counts as 1 hour. Or if you drop off a big old bag of dog food. I remember once we did a donation for a homeless shelter, and they had a lot of pet related stuff too. So it could be something like that. And we will definitely take suggestions. If you have a local charity, church, group need that is not met, let us know, because I'll offer it. I'll say, hey, we're doing this thing. People can sign up. That organization gets to have their needs met, and we get to fulfill our requirements of the service. So please let me know. I'm going to end this video now before it gets too long. I always think if it's like 9 or 10 minutes, nobody's even going to click. But let's end it there, and let's see. If you guys have questions, please just send them my way. I've been busy this week, so I haven't responded right away, but I will get them eventually. Thanks.